You probably think you know the largest creatures on Earth. Images of elephants, maybe even dinosaurs, thunder through your mind. But what if I told you that the true giants of our planet live in a world hidden from our view? A world so vast and mysterious that we've only just begun to scratch its surface. In the next hour, we'll journey into the deep to reveal the secret lives of the planet's most massive inhabitants. We're going to follow the 5 true titans that rule the ocean, uncovering their hidden behaviors and their epic scale. And the last one will challenge everything you thought you knew about the absolute limits of life itself. Our journey begins not in the crushing darkness of the abyss, not among the strange lights and ghostly forms of the deep sea,
but in the warm, sun-dappled waters of the tropics. Here, the ocean still glows blue. Here, beneath the tropical sun, moves the largest fish on Earth. Meet the whale shark. At first, the name can be misleading.
Whale suggests a marine mammal parted, an air-breathing giant with songs, lungs, and ancient migrations.
Shark suggests a predator, a hunter built for speed, teeth, and sudden violence. But the whale shark is something far stranger and more graceful than either word alone can capture. It is a shark, yes, but one that seems to have chosen a different path through evolution. Instead of becoming a hunter of large prey, it became a peaceful wanderer, a massive filter feeder that drifts through the world. Imagine a creature as long as a school bus, weighing more than 40,000 pounds, moving through the water with a calm so complete it almost feels unreal. Its size is overwhelming, but its presence is gentle. It does not slash through the sea.
It glides.
Its broad head parts the water slowly. Its enormous tail moves with a steady rhythm, pushing its body forward with quiet power. Around it, smaller fish may gather like attendants around a moving palace.
Divers who encounter it often describe the same feeling: awe, without fear.
Because despite its colossal body, the whale shark is not interested in us. Its food is almost invisible. The whale shark survives on some of the smallest life in the ocean: plankton, krill, tiny fish, fish eggs, and other drifting organisms carried by currents. Its mouth can open nearly 4 feet wide, a dark, cavernous entrance that looks powerful enough to swallow almost anything. But this giant mouth is not designed for attack. It is designed for filtering.
As the whale shark swims forward, water pours in.
Its specialized gill structures strain the sea like a living sieve, trapping tiny particles of food while the water flows back out. In this way, the largest fish in the world is sustained by the smallest pulses of life. That is one of the great contradictions of the whale shark. Its body is immense, but its survival depends on abundance at a microscopic scale. a bloom of plankton can become a feast.
A seasonal surge of tiny organisms can draw these giants from across great distances. Where the ocean becomes rich, whale sharks appear like shadows from another world, arriving at coastlines, reefs, and open water feeding grounds with mysterious precision.
Let us follow one.
A mature female moves through the blue, her back patterned with pale spots and stripes. From above, she looks like a night sky turned upside down, a moving constellation beneath the sea. Each whale shark has its own unique pattern, like a fingerprint, allowing researchers to identify individuals from photographs.
To the eye, the markings are beautiful. To science, they are a map of identity. No two are exactly the same.
She is not simply swimming. She is traveling along ancient routes written into instinct, temperature, current, and hunger. She may be moving between feeding hotspots scattered across the tropics. The Philippines, Mexico, Australia.
These locations are not random.
They are tied to seasonal rhythms, plankton blooms, coral spawning, fish reproduction, currents rising from below. To us, the open ocean often looks empty. To a whale shark, it is full of signals. Temperature shifts.
Chemical traces.
Movements of prey.
Changes in light.
Currents that act like highways. The whale shark reads the ocean in ways we are only beginning to understand. It moves through a world without roads, without landmarks, without borders, guided by senses and ancient memory. And yet, for all its size, for all its visibility when it appears near the surface, the whale shark remains one of the ocean's great mysteries.
For decades, scientists knew surprisingly little about its life.
Whale sharks appeared at famous feeding sites, allowed divers and researchers to glimpse them for a season, and then vanished. They slipped back into the blue, as if swallowed by the ocean itself.
Where did they go?
How far did they travel?
Where did they mate?
Where did females give birth?
Why were newborn whale sharks so rarely seen?
The mystery was especially strange because of the animal's size. How can the largest fish on Earth disappear so completely?
But the ocean is vast enough to hide giants.
Only in recent years, with satellite tagging and photo identification, have we begun to trace their secret movements.
Tags attached to whale sharks have revealed migrations across thousands of miles, showing that these animals are not local wanderers but global travelers. They move between nations, across open seas, through regions where no human eye follows them. Their lives unfold on a scale far larger than the protected zones or coastlines where we occasionally meet them. Even more astonishing, whale sharks do not remain only near the warm, bright surface. Perhaps they dive to navigate, using deep water temperature layers or geomagnetic cues.
Perhaps they follow prey into the darkness.
Perhaps they are avoiding heat at the surface, escaping predators, or moving between ocean layers in search of something we have not yet identified. Or perhaps the whale shark's deep dives are part of a life cycle still hidden from us, a behavior tied to reproduction or orientation. This is what makes the whale shark so fascinating.
It is enormous, yet secretive. Famous, yet poorly understood. Gentle, yet powerful enough to cross oceans.
Visible to tourists in shallow water, yet capable of vanishing into the deep.
Its life is built from contradictions. It is the largest fish on Earth, but it feeds like a drifting net.
It has a mouth wide enough to frighten anyone seeing it for the first time, yet that mouth is made for plankton, not people.
It belongs to one of the most feared groups of animals on the planet, note sharks modi. Yet it is known for calm.
Its body seems too large to disappear, yet most of its life happens beyond our sight.
A whale shark does not just swim past you.
It changes the atmosphere of the water.
For a few moments, everything else seems smaller.
The reef, the fish, the divers, even the ocean itself seems to arrange around this slow-moving giant. Sunlight flickers across its back.
Remoras cling to its underside. Small fish drift in its shadow.
Its gills pulse.
Its tail sweeps gently from side to side, each movement carrying it forward with effortless strength. It is not beautiful in the delicate way of a coral reef or a tropical fish.
It is beautiful in the way a planet is beautiful.
Large. Silent. Ancient. Self-contained.
But beneath that beauty is a troubling truth.
The whale shark is endangered.
Its global population has declined dramatically over recent decades, and the reasons are painfully familiar. These animals are threatened by ship strikes, by accidental capture in fishing gear, by plastic pollution, by habitat destruction.
Their size does not protect them.
In fact, their behavior can make them vulnerable. Whale sharks often feed near the surface, where they are at risk of being struck by ships. They gather predictably at certain seasonal hotspots, which can expose them to disturbance, poorly managed tourism, or fishing pressure. Their slow movement, long lifespan, and late maturity mean that populations may recover only slowly from losses.
A giant can be fragile when its life depends on balance.
And the whale shark depends on many balances: healthy plankton blooms, functioning food webs, safe migration routes. When those systems are disrupted, the whale shark becomes a warning sign.
Its decline is not just the story of one species. It is a message from the ocean itself.
Because a filter feeder is deeply connected to the health of the water around it. The whale shark is not only moving through the ocean, it is interacting with its smallest life forms. It depends on the productivity of the sea, on the tiny organisms that form the foundation of marine food webs. If those systems shift because of warming waters, pollution, overfishing, or changes in plankton cycles,
that is why understanding the whale shark matters.
It is not simply scientific curiosity.
It is not only about tracking an impressive animal. It is about learning how the ocean functions at scale.
Where whale sharks travel, what they eat, where they gather, where they give birth, and why they dive into the deep,
And perhaps the greatest mystery remains reproduction.
Whale shark pups are rarely seen. Pregnant females are almost never encountered. Nursery grounds remain largely unknown. Somewhere, beyond the routes we have mapped and the coastlines we watch, the next generation of whale sharks begins its life in secrecy.
Where are these hidden beginnings?
The fact that we still do not know reminds us how much of the ocean remains beyond human understanding.
We can film a whale shark from a boat. We can swim beside one in clear tropical water.
We can photograph its spots and place a satellite tag on its body. But then it turns away, descends, and vanishes into a blue world far larger than our knowledge.
That disappearance is part of its majesty.
The whale shark is not only impressive because of what we see. It is impressive because of what we do not see. Its visible calm hides an invisible life of enormous distances, deep dives, unknown breeding grounds, and ancient instinct.
It is a creature that invites wonder, precisely because it refuses to be fully known. To follow the whale shark is to follow a question across the ocean. Where does it go when the surface empties? What does it find in the deep? How does it remember the way between distant feeding grounds? How many still move through the oceans, unseen? And will they continue to do so in the future? That final question gives the story its urgency. The whale shark has survived for millions of years, but its future now depends on choices being made in a much shorter span of time.
Protecting it means protecting migration routes that cross national borders.
It means reducing ship strikes in key habitats.
It means managing tourism carefully, so wonder does not become disturbance.
It means preventing bycatch, reducing plastic pollution, and safeguarding the plankton-rich places where these giants feed. The whale shark's journey is ancient, but its survival is now tied to the modern world. That is the deepest contradiction of all. A creature that seems almost timeless, a slow-moving constellation from the tropical sea pennant, is now vulnerable to some. It moves with the patience of evolution, but it lives in an era of accelerating risk. And still, when one appears in the blue, the feeling is not despair.
It is awe.
Because the whale shark reminds us that the ocean is still capable of producing giants that are gentle, powerful, mysterious, and peaceful. It reminds us that size does not have to mean violence. It reminds us that the largest fish in the world survives not by domination, but by drifting through abundance, To watch a whale shark glide past is to witness a different kind of greatness, not the greatness of speed.
Not the greatness of teeth.
Not the greatness of conquest.
But the greatness of quiet endurance. A moving galaxy of white spots against deep blue water.
A peaceful pilgrim crossing tropical seas. A giant sustained by the smallest life in the ocean.
A creature that carries both the majesty of the marine world and the warning of its fragility.
The whale shark is not a monster of the deep.
It is a reminder that some of the ocean's greatest wonders are also among its most vulnerable. And if we want future generations to look into warm tropical waters and see that vast spotted shape emerging from it, must continue.
Across the reefs.
Across the currents.
Across the hidden highways of the sea.
A silent giant, still traveling through the ancient blue. From the sunlit realm of the whale shark, our journey now begins to sink.
The warm blue fades.
The golden shafts of sunlight weaken.
The colors of the tropical surface slowly disappear.
swallowed layer by layer by the deepening sea.
Above us, the world of coral reefs, plankton blooms, and shimmering fish becomes distant. Below us waits another ocean entirely. Colder, darker, heavier, and far more mysterious.
We descend into the midnight zone.
Here, sunlight never arrives. There are no reefs glowing beneath the surface. No bright schools of fish turning like silver clouds. No clear blue horizon. The water becomes black, almost absolute.
Pressure builds with every meter.
The weight of the ocean presses from all sides with a force that would crush most human machines. This is a realm of silence, darkness, and extremes. A world where life must be built differently to survive. And yet, in this darkness, one of the greatest hunters on Earth moves with astonishing confidence. This is the world of the sperm whale. The sperm whale is not gentle in the way the whale shark is gentle. It is not a drifting filter feeder, living on plankton and sunlight-driven abundance. It is a predator, not just any predator, but the largest toothed predator alive on the planet.
It is a titan of pressure, sound, intelligence, and endurance.
If the whale shark is a peaceful pilgrim of the tropical sea, the sperm whale is a deep-sea warrior.
A living submarine, built to enter a world that no human body could survive.
At the surface, it already looks unlike any other whale. Its body is massive, dark, and powerful. But the most striking feature is the head.
Huge, blunt, and block-shaped, it can make up nearly a third of the animal's total length.
At first glance, the head seems almost exaggerated.
As if evolution gave this creature a form too strange to be real.
But that enormous head is not an accident.
It is the center of the sperm whale's greatest abilities.
Inside it lies one of the most extraordinary acoustic systems in the animal kingdom. A biological instrument designed for hunting in total darkness. The sperm whale is a creature of superlatives. It has the largest brain of any known animal on Earth.
A brain more than 5 times heavier than a human's.
It can dive to depths where sunlight has been gone for hours, where pressure is almost unimaginable.
where the world is not seen, but heard.
It can hold its breath for more than an hour. It can send sound through the darkness with such force. Its clicks are among the loudest biological sounds ever recorded.
It lives between two worlds. The breathing world above and the black hunting grounds below. To understand it, we must follow a dive.
At the surface, a large bull sperm whale rests in the rolling swell. He may be nearly 60 feet long and weigh around 50 tons. His body floats heavily in the water, dark and immense.
Like a fragment of night rising into daylight. Around him, the open ocean appears calm.
But his stillness is not laziness. It is preparation.
He breathes. Again and again, he exhales in powerful bursts. Each spout rises like steam into the air. With every breath, he is refilling the oxygen stores that will carry him into a world without air. Oxygen enters the blood.
It binds to muscles.
It becomes the invisible fuel for the journey ahead.
This moment at the surface is brief, but vital.
The whale is loading himself for descent. Like a diver preparing to enter another universe. Then, his body changes.
He arches his back with slow, deliberate power. The massive tail flukes rise from the sea.
Broad and dark against the sky. For a second, they hang there like a black banner above the water.
Then they slip beneath the surface.
The whale is gone.
The descent begins.
He does not drift downward casually.
He dives with purpose.
His body angles into the deep, tail beating with steady strength.
The light above him fades quickly.
Blue becomes dim blue.
dim blue becomes gray.
Gray becomes black.
Soon, there is no sunlight at all.
Only pressure. Only darkness.
Only the long fall into the hunting grounds of the abyss.
At these depths, the ocean becomes hostile to almost everything we understand. The pressure rises to hundreds of times what we feel at the surface. Air-filled spaces are squeezed. Metal can deform.
Human lungs would fail instantly without protection.
But the sperm whale is built for this. Its body is a masterpiece of deep-diving adaptation. As it descends, its lungs compress. Its rib cage can flex inward rather than shatter under pressure. Air is pushed away from areas where dangerous gas exchange could occur. Blood flow is prioritized for the brain, heart, and vital organs. The whale's heart rate slows. Its metabolism shifts down.
Every movement becomes part of a careful economy of oxygen. It is not merely surviving the pressure.
It is using a body shaped by millions of years to turn the impossible into routine. Down here, eyes are no longer enough.
In the midnight zone, sight has little meaning.
There is no sun, no moon, no horizon, no color as we know it. The sperm whale enters a world where vision is replaced by sound. And then, from within its massive head, the whale begins to click. The clicks are sharp, powerful, and deliberate. They travel through the black water, like pulses from a biological machine. Each click moves outward into the darkness, strikes objects, and returns as echoes. From those echoes, the whale builds a picture of the world around it. Not a picture made of light, but of distance, texture, shape, movement, and density.
It is seeing with sound. But even that phrase may be too simple.
The sperm whale's sonar is so powerful, so focused, and so refined that it seems less like passive sensing and more like active interrogation. The whale sends questions into the abyss.
What is ahead?
How far away is it? Is it moving?
Is it prey?
Is it rock?
Is it another whale? The darkness answers in echoes.
Inside the whale's head, the spermaceti organ plays a central role in this acoustic power. This large structure, filled with a waxy substance called spermaceti, helped give the animal its name.
For whalers, it was valuable oil. For the whale, it is part of something far more remarkable.
An internal sound system that helps shape and focus clicks into a powerful beam. This is one of the most extraordinary adaptations in the ocean.
A head that once made humans see profit is, in truth, a living acoustic lens. A biological sonar array designed for a world where light cannot guide the hunt. And somewhere in the darkness ahead, there is prey.
The sperm whale's target is often another creature of legend, squid.
Sometimes smaller deep-sea squid.
Sometimes large, powerful species. And in the imagination of the ocean, one prey animal stands above all others, the giant squid. For centuries, the giant squid was more myth than animal. A sea monster described in fragments, scars, and washed-up bodies.
But sperm whales knew this creature long before humans proved it existed.
They hunted it in the black depths, in a world no sailor could see. Their bodies carried the evidence.
Many sperm whales bear pale circular scars across their heads and skin.
Marks left by the suckers and hooks of struggling squid.
These scars are not decoration. They are battle records.
Somewhere far below the surface, in darkness and pressure, an ancient struggle unfolds.
The whale detects the squid with sound. The squid senses danger and attempts to flee.
The chase may happen in a world with no light. Where speed, sound, touch, and instinct decide survival.
The whale closes in, guided by echoes. The squid fights back with arms, suckers, and desperate force. For a few moments, the deep ocean becomes a battlefield between two giants. One armed with sonar and teeth, the other with tentacles and the strange intelligence of the abyss. This is not the dramatic violence of a shark attack at the surface.
It is a hidden war, almost never witnessed directly. Played out in darkness more than a mile below the waves. And that makes the sperm whale even more mysterious.
We know it is one of the greatest predators on Earth.
But so much of its hunting life remains beyond our sight. We hear the clicks. We find the scars.
We examine stomach contents.
We track dives.
But the full drama of the hunt happens in a realm humans can barely enter.
The sperm whale lives a secret life in the deep.
Returning to the surface with only fragments of its story written across its skin. Yet to see the sperm whale only as a hunter would be to misunderstand it. Its power is only one part of its identity.
Sperm whales are also deeply social, intelligent animals.
With lives shaped by family, memory, communication, and culture.
Large adult males often roam widely.
And may spend much of their time alone or in loose association with other males. Females and their young live in close family groups. These groups are matrilineal, centered around mothers, calves, sisters, aunts, and grandmothers.
In these societies, knowledge matters.
Older females may carry decades of memory. Where to find food, when to move, how to respond to danger. Which parts of the ocean are safe and which are not.
This knowledge is not written anywhere. It is preserved in behavior and passed through generations. A young whale is born not just into the ocean,
but into a living network of experience.
Their communication is equally remarkable.
Sperm whales produce patterns of clicks known as codas. These are not random noises. Sperm whales communicate through unique click patterns, almost like family dialects.
In the vastness of the ocean, sound becomes society.
A pod of sperm whales is not just a group of animals, but a community held together by echoes. When calves are threatened, sperm whales form a living fortress around the young. The sperm whale is not a solitary monster, but a parent, protector, communicator, and family member. For centuries, sperm whales were hunted relentlessly, their bodies turned into products and their populations severely reduced. Their survival represents both human destruction and natural resilience.
Today, sperm whales face new threats: ship strikes, entanglement, noise pollution, plastic waste, and changing oceans.
To hear sperm whale clicks is to hear one of the great voices of the deep ocean.
The sperm whale is a master of pressure and silence, a social survivor, and a living bridge between the air above and the abyss below.
The sperm whale doesn't hunt in an empty abyss. Its adversary is a creature so strange, so elusive, that for centuries it was dismissed as pure myth. It's the monster that haunted the maps of old sailors, the legend of the Kraken made real.
We now seek the ghost of the deep, the giant squid. For most of human history, our only evidence of Architeuth's ducks, the giant squid, came from carcasses washed ashore or the remains found in the stomachs of living in the perpetual night of the deep ocean, often 1,000 meters or more below the surface. It has remained one of the planet's most mysterious inhabitants. It wasn't until the 21st century that we finally captured the first fleeting images of this animal in its natural habitat. Just try to imagine its existence.
It is a life of cold, darkness, and immense pressure.
Here, the rules are different.
Size is an advantage, but so is stealth. The giant squid is a masterpiece of deep-sea engineering. While myths exaggerated its size, reality is no less staggering.
A mature giant squid can reach a length of around 40 feet from its body to the tip of its two long feeding tentacles, as long as a bus.
Its most striking feature, however, might be its eyes. At about 25 centimeters across, roughly the size of a frisbee, they are among the largest in the animal kingdom.
Why such enormous eyes in a world with almost no light?
The answer likely lies in the language of the deep: bioluminescence.
In the abyss, life creates its own light.
The squid's massive eyes are probably not designed to see in the dark, but to detect the faint flashes of other organisms.
The life of a giant squid is one of ambush and escape.
It's a voracious predator, using its two long tentacles to snatch fish and other squid from the darkness. Its 8 arms, lined with powerful suckers, then draw the prey towards a sharp, parrot-like beak.
But it is also prey.
The battle between the sperm whale and the giant squid is one of the most dramatic predator-prey dynamics on Earth, and the squid fights back, leaving behind the circular scars. But the giant squid isn't the only cephalopod titan. Lurking even deeper, particularly in the frigid waters of the Antarctic, is an even more robust creature. While perhaps not as long as the giant squid, the colossal squid is the heaviest invertebrate on the planet, weighing close to 500 kilograms. It's armed with a terrifying adaptation. Its suckers are lined with sharp, swiveling hooks, turning its arms into lethal weapons. For nearly a century after its discovery, the colossal squid was a complete enigma, known only from whale stomachs.
To this day, seeing one alive in its deep-sea home remains one of the ultimate prizes for marine biologists.
The giant and colossal squids represent the ultimate mystery of the deep.
They are intelligent, powerful, and almost entirely beyond our reach. They are the living embodiment of our fear of the unknown, of what might lurk in the dark. But they aren't monsters.
They are survivors, perfectly adapted to one of the most hostile environments on Earth. They are the ghosts of the abyss, silent rulers of a dark kingdom, whose secrets we are only just beginning to uncover. While our journey has focused on the most legendary of the ocean's behemoths,
The realm of the giants is vast and diverse. Life in the ocean has a tendency toward the immense.
to truly appreciate the scale of this world, we have to meet some of the other titans that share these waters.
First up, the greyhound of the sea, the fin whale.
Second only to the blue whale in size, the fin whale is a marvel of hydrodynamic design. Reaching lengths of over 80 feet, it is long, sleek, and incredibly fast. It is capable of speeds up to 25 miles per hour. This makes it one of the fastest of all great whales. Like its larger cousin, it is a filter feeder. A gulper that takes in enormous mouthfuls of water and krill. It can consume tons of food every day. One of its oddest features is its asymmetrical jaw. The right lower jaw is white, while the left is dark gray. The reason for this strange pattern is still a mystery. Some scientists theorize it may help in herding schools of fish. Now, we encounter a different kind of giant. One that soars through the water with an elegance that defies its size. This is the giant manta ray.
With a wingspan that can reach an astonishing 29 feet.
It is the largest ray in the world.
But its size is not its most impressive feature. The manta ray has one of the largest brain-to-body size ratios of any fish.
A sign of remarkable intelligence.
Studies have shown they are curious and social. They may even be self-aware.
Exhibiting complex behaviors in front of mirrors.
They are not just gentle filter feeders. They are complex beings with sophisticated social lives.
They gather at cleaning stations where smaller fish remove parasites.
A beautiful display of interspecies cooperation. The manta ray challenges our very definition of fish intelligence.
From intelligent grace, we turn to ethereal danger.
Drifting on the currents is a creature that seems more apparition than animal.
The Lyle's mane jellyfish.
Its bell can grow to an impressive 7 feet across.
Its true claim to gigantism lies in its tentacles.
Trailing behind it is a fine, sticky, and venomous web. Those tentacles can reach lengths of up to 120 feet.
This makes the lion's mane one of the longest known animals on the planet.
Longer even than a blue whale. Each of its thousands of tentacles is armed with millions of stinging cells. A deadly net for any small fish or crustacean that strays too close.
It is a creature of haunting beauty, a silent, drifting predator.
Finally, we meet a giant born of pure intellect and adaptation. In the cold waters of the Pacific Northwest dwells the giant Pacific octopus. It is the largest of all octopuses. Its arm span can exceed 20 feet.
But its physical size is dwarfed by its cognitive abilities.
With 3 hearts, blue blood, and a brain that extends through its 8 arms.
The octopus is as close to an alien intelligence as we can find on Earth. They are renowned problem solvers, capable of opening jars, navigating mazes,
and even showing recognition of individual humans.
Each of its more than 2,000 suckers can move, feel, and even taste independently.
A master of camouflage. Its skin can change color and texture in an instant.
allowing it to vanish completely.
The giant Pacific octopus lives a tragically short life of only 3 to 5 years.
A solitary, brilliant existence.
These titans show us that gigantism in the ocean is not a singular story.
It is a grand, sprawling epic with a diverse cast of characters. Each has found a unique way to thrive on an epic scale. They set the stage for our final giant.
The one creature that sits, undisputed, at the very apex of size. We've journeyed through the worlds of giant fish, deep-diving hunters, and mythical squid. We've met the ocean's sprinters, its geniuses, and its longest inhabitants.
But now, we arrive at the end of our search.
We come to the one animal that redefines the very concept of scale. A creature so immense that it is not only the largest animal alive today, but the largest animal known to have ever existed on planet Earth. It is larger than any dinosaur that ever walked the land. This is the ultimate titan, the blue whale. To comprehend the blue whale, Balænoptera musculus, is to grapple with biology on a scale that feels almost impossible.
An adult can reach a length of nearly 100 feet and weigh up to an astounding 200 tons.
Its tongue alone weighs as much as an elephant. Its heart is the size of a small car. The sound it produces is one of the loudest on Earth. A low-frequency rumble that travels for hundreds, even thousands of miles across the ocean.
Lonely, powerful signals sent across entire ocean basins. Our story follows a lone male, traversing the vast expanse of the Southern Ocean. His life is an epic migration. A constant journey between the cold, nutrient-rich feeding grounds of the polar regions and the warmer, safer breeding waters of the tropics. He is driven by an immense hunger.
Despite being the largest animal of all time, the blue whale feeds on one of the smallest animals in the sea, krill. The paradox of the blue whale is that this creature of unimaginable size survives on tiny shrimp-like crustaceans.
To do this, it must consume them in almost unimaginable quantities.
Up to 4 tons of krill in a single day. Its method of feeding is one of the most powerful actions in the animal kingdom. Spotting a dense swarm of krill, the whale accelerates.
Then it opens its mouth, its pleated throat expanding.
Taking in a volume of water and krill that can be larger than the whale itself. It then forces the water out through its baleen plates, trapping the krill. A single lunge feed can capture hundreds of thousands of calories. Vastly more energy than it expends to perform the maneuver.
It is an act of extreme efficiency, perfected over millions of years. But this grand existence was almost silenced forever. In the 20th century, modern whaling fleets hunted these magnificent animals with brutal efficiency. The global blue whale population was decimated, reduced by over 90%.
By the time commercial whaling was halted, the species was hovering on the brink of extinction.
It was a catastrophic loss, a quietening of the ocean's most powerful voice. Today, there is a glimmer of hope.
After decades of protection, blue whale populations are showing signs of a slow, tentative recovery.
Acoustic recordings reveal that their songs are becoming more common.
Sightings in former habitats are on the rise.
It is a fragile recovery. They still face modern threats, from ship strikes and entanglement in fishing gear. But it is a powerful testament to the resilience of life and the impact of conservation. The blue whale is more than just a large animal.
It is a vital part of its ecosystem.
Its waste is rich in iron, a crucial nutrient that fertilizes the ocean's surface, stimulating the growth of phytoplankton, the base of the entire marine food web. The blue whale is not just a consumer.
It is a gardener of the seas. To witness a blue whale surface is to see a living island rise from the deep.
The explosive blow from its blowhole can shoot 30 feet into the air. The vast expanse of its mottled blue-gray back seems to go on forever. It is a creature that dwarfs our own perspective.
A humbling reminder of nature's grandeur.
It is the king of the giants, the last true Leviathan. Its survival is inextricably linked to the health of the entire ocean.
It is the final, breathtaking word in the story of life's epic scale. We've journeyed into a world of impossible scale, a hidden kingdom ruled by giants.
From the gentle whale shark to the colossal blue whale, these creatures challenge our understanding of what is possible.
They are the titans of our planet. Their lives are a testament to the wild, untamed majesty of the ocean.
If you were captivated by this journey into the deep, make sure to subscribe and join our community of explorers.
The ocean is vast, and its mysteries are endless.
Which of these ocean giants fascinates you the most?
And what other mysteries of the deep should we investigate next? Your curiosity fuels our next expedition.
By understanding these magnificent animals, we take the first step in protecting them.
And the fragile world they inhabit. So, what have we really seen?
More than just a list of large animals. We've seen a glimpse into an interconnected world that operates on a scale we can barely comprehend. We've witnessed the paradox of the blue whale. The largest animal of all time, sustaining itself on some of the smallest.
We've plunged into total darkness with the sperm whale. A hunter that sees with sound.
And we've touched the edge of myth with the giant squid. A creature that still holds so many of its secrets. These are just the giants we know.
They are the titans that have revealed themselves to us.
But the ocean covers over 70% of our planet. And the vast majority of it remains utterly unexplored.
In that vast, unexplored darkness,
What other giants wait to be discovered? What creatures of even greater scale or stranger design glide through the abyss?
Their lives, a complete mystery. The ocean keeps its secrets well.
It is a humbling reminder that we are merely visitors.
In a world that has been ruled by giants for eons.
Their presence enriches our planet. And their survival is a measure of our own wisdom. The great titans of the deep are still out there, continuing their ancient, epic lives.
Hidden just beneath the waves.